Okay, so we'll get started. So this is free Reiki. All my lives are always free when it comes to Reiki. So Reiki is a form of energy healing. I practice Usui Reiki, which originated in Japan. Reiki is not a replacement for medical treatment. It can work in conjunction with medical treatment. So, okay, I'm gonna pick a card from the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck. There's a note in here that says, when you open your heart and trust yourself, the universe will always guide you in the right direction. So let's see what the collective energy is. And then I'll pull a card at the end to see if the collective energy has changed. Fluorite, find peace within. Fluorite, find peace within. I have the same rainbow fluorite here. Karma. That's my dog Karma, who anybody who's interested. I always talk to her on the lives because sometimes she'll start to try to get my attention. So also, if we're working on find peace within, I'm gonna send some Reiki to reduce stress and anxiety. Karma, go away. Okay, so that was relaxation Reiki. So I'm gonna get into the body, so to help heal the body. Like I said, this is not a replacement for medical treatment, it just can work in conjunction, meaning say you just had surgery. I can send Reiki just to help reduce the pain or speed up recovery, but it doesn't replace going to a doctor. So I'm gonna pick a card from the Healing Mantra deck. So let's see what healing message we need. Oh, I think I have them backwards. Awakening inspired by action. And it says, there is only what life is asking of me. There is only what life is asking of me. So take if that resonates. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so let's get started on the lower part of the body. So from the hips down, if you have any pain in the lower part of your body or weakness or you're recovering, I'm going to be sending some healing energy to that area. That's my dog Karma drinking water, if you can hear it. Okay, next moving up to the sacral area. So your bladder, your uterus, if you have menstruation pain, if you have, fibroid pain, endometriosis, anything in this area there, bladder pain, if you're recovering from a surgery in that area. Also, this area is our chakra of creativity. So if you are trying to get a creative project off the ground, this energy is also helpful. Sending some energy to the stomach. Okay, moving up to the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is our chakra of self. So it could be confidence, it could be our authentic self, it could be our personal power. So we can store emotions here or past traumas. So if you feel emotional in this area, it's totally normal. None of this is invasive, so I'm not going into anybody's chakras. This is just sending a warm hug of healing to you. I say that because I think sometimes on TikTok when people are doing energy work, people have the assumption that oh, I'm not consenting to this, or people are going into my energy. That's not usually the case. You can send positive intent for healing without going into anybody's energy centers. Think about it as you're just sending, like people are sending love to you. Okay, so I'm gonna work on the heart next. So sending loving energy to the heart. Working on now on the shoulders, arms, wrists, hands. Moving up to the head, so the ears, jaw, mouth, teeth, gums. Karma, come here, babe. That's my dog, Karma. Moving up to, oh, I didn't do the throat. Okay, let's work on the throat. So if you have a cough or sore throat, also if you're having trouble speaking up for yourself, setting boundaries, advocating for yourself. Karma. My dog she likes to get my attention when I'm alive. You want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Yeah. That's Karma. Let's say hi to everybody. High five. No? Okay. Back to the throat. Okay, moving up to the sinuses. So if you have any type of congestion, this will be helpful. So working on here, the nose. So if you have, congestion in your nose, also the third eye. So do you have a headache here or congestion in that area, like a sinus headache? Thank you. Moving up to the crown, so if you have a headache or migraine, this will be helpful. Also, if you have anxiety, maybe if you are feel like you're overthinking, kind of just to calm down the mind. Okay, sending some energy to cleanse the aura. And sending some protective energy to you. Okay, in the beginning of the live, I picked a card. It was called Fluorite Find Peace Within. I'm gonna put this back in and see if there's a new collective energy. Agate, get back into balance. Get back into balance. Okay, I'm gonna put the comments on for a few minutes. If you have any questions about Reiki or crystals, you can ask them. Oh yeah. If anybody is interested, I do private sessions. The link is in my bio. I have 2 offerings, one on Zoom and one through photo for Reiki. I also teach Reiki 1 and 2 classes. So if you're interested in that, the link is in my bio for information for that. I go live twice a week, sometimes more, but usually twice a week. Thank you. If you want to follow me on YouTube or Instagram, it's the Self-Care Librarian. Okay, what is Reiki? Okay, so Reiki is a form of energy healing. I practice Usui Reiki. Usui Reiki originated in Japan. So the main purpose of Reiki really is to promote healing, to promote relaxation, to reduce stress. When it comes to healing, Reiki can send positive intent for healing. So if you have a sore throat, I can send the intent to help heal that. Now, just like nothing in life is 100%, nothing like Reiki can't 100% cure somebody. So sometimes that's misconception, but it helps promote healing because it's sent with positive intent. That's what Reiki is. Okay, can we do some for depression? Let's see. What crystals are a must to keep at home? Okay, I would say selenite. Selenite's cleansing. You can cleanse your home with it, so you can just kind of like how you would do with smudging. I use rosemary in my house if I smudge, but selenite can be used the same way, so it can be used to cleanse your home. I also like black obsidian for protection. Some people would put that by the door like a protection. So those are the 2 that I like for my house. Now, there's hundreds of crystals, so there's many reasons you would use crystals, but generally I like to put like an obsidian of protection by my door, or selenite also if you don't want to use that, if you want to use cleansing. Thank you. Hi, thank you, Kathy. Oh, so I don't read individual energy on the lives. It's just sending a positive intent on the live. So I don't go into anybody's energy unless I have a private session. Okay, you just started wearing malachite as a necklace and I've been really sick. Okay, so malachite is an extremely strong crystal. Just know when you wear crystals on your body, some people can have adverse effects to them because they're too strong. So I would say that may not be a crystal that you would put on your body. I'll give you an example. I have a crystal, seraphonite, that when I bought it, I felt physically sick afterwards. So that crystal's really not for me. I keep it away from my bedroom. I keep it away from my body. It's in my home. But seraphonite is not a crystal that my body likes. So I would say if you're feeling sick with malachite, take it off your body, because when we wear crystals on our body, we can have adverse effects if they're too strong for us. Also, make sure that you are cleansing your crystals. If you bought this necklace and you never cleansed it, it's important. Now, malachite shouldn't be put in water. So when it comes to cleansing, maybe you can cleanse it with a selenite stick. You can cleanse it with, I use rosemary. Just make sure that you don't wear crystals that don't make you feel well. Crystals with colon cancer. I'm gonna go with something for the root chakra because it's in that area, the colon. You can get something like a mooncake jasper, or look up crystals that are good for the root chakra. You wanna focus on that area when it comes to the colon. How do I feel about white sage versus blue sage? So I don't use any sage. I only use rosemary for cleansing. Because white sage is considered a closed practice, I don't use any sage. Oh, I'm sorry, your fibromyalgia is bad. I was actually diagnosed with fibromyalgia years ago, so I know it could be very like chronic pain or flare-ups from inflammation. Love, teach, inspire. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't use protective crystals as necklaces. Like I mentioned, wearing crystals on the body for some people can be strong. I'm a little sensitive to wearing crystals on my body. I have worn bracelets and I like that, but necklaces I generally don't wear. But if it resonates with you, I think that's great. Like I mentioned, when you wear crystals on your body, if you're feeling sick, it may be too intense and maybe you need a different crystal to wear. Reiki can be really good for cramps. Hi, Rona. Hi, Rona. Okay, crystals for PTSD. I would start with an amethyst. Amethyst is really good for, oh, I'm sorry, Christina, I see your comment. PTSD, anxiety, depression, ADHD, intellectual disability. Okay, so something to start with is amethyst. Amethyst is good for the mind. So it's good for anxiety, it's good for depression, it's good for insomnia. I would say along the lines of PTSD, this is good to start with. When it comes to PTSD, you may need to know what the cause of it is to see if another crystal works better. But I would say generally for those things, I would start with an amethyst to help calm the mind. Another calming stone is howlite. So amethyst and howlite will be good for any anxiety, PTSD, depression, to start calm the mind down. Another crystal that I do like that I personally use for balance is a smoky quartz. So if you're feeling out of balance and you kind of want a little more structure, I would also recommend the smoky quartz. Crystals for weight loss, I'll tell you, is difficult because I think when we deal with weight loss from an energetic perspective, we need to understand the root of it. Is it that, you know, it's a condition, like maybe like a PCOS, right, that you can't lose weight? Is it that you feel you don't have the energy to work out, right? I think when it comes from weight loss, you kind of need to know the root cause before you can just say you want to lose weight energetically. Oh, Ellie, that's nice. Amethyst is a good start. For an amethyst, you can put it in the bedroom with you. So when you sleep, maybe that's a good stone for the bedroom. Why would the string of crystals of a bracelet break? Okay, they say, by they, this is just something that people say, is when you have like a bracelet or a necklace and it breaks and it's a crystal jewelry, usually it means it kind of did its job, right? So if you had an obsidian bracelet or necklace and it broke, it could be that, you know, it was your protective energy and it took on that energy from what negativity. So generally, the theory is if jewelry breaks and they're crystals, it did its job. Sorry, my comments are blocked by whoever Jimmy Munez official is who's trying to go live with me. I like to purchase my crystals in person, so I'll go to local stores. If you Google metaphysical stores or crystal stores in your area, if you're not able to go physically to a store, and if you want to order them online, I use Amityville Apothecary. Also, there are a lot of great stores on Etsy, so you can go on Etsy and search for crystals. So there's a lot of different ways. I personally don't buy crystals from Amazon, so I wouldn't go that route, but you can also go the Etsy route. You're feeling drawn to amethyst, it'd be my first crystal. So my first two crystals were amethyst and rose quartz, and I think a lot of people start with those crystals because they have a great energy. Christina, if you want to look on Etsy, you can search these crystals like an amethyst, selenite, howlite. Go on Etsy and search for crystals there. Oh, hold on. Don't listen to this person here. I just blocked them. This person who says link in bio for all kinds of spells and readings, don't go to this person. It's a scammer. When people just pop in and do that, it's usually a scammer, so don't listen to this comment. Oh wow, you bought the same bracelet twice and each time it broke. It was rose quartz. Interesting. Okay, Christina, Etsy is a website. So if you go to Etsy on the website, just go to etsy.com. It's kind of like a search engine in a way, right? There'll be a tab and you could put crystals in. You could put amethyst crystal and it will show you all the people who are selling those crystals. Exactly, Rona. Whoever this doctor person was is trying to scam people. Nobody click on them. I blocked them. Oh, thank you, Maya. So that's why this weekend I did some morning lives because, well, I'm morning for me. I'm on the East Coast in the US because I know people can't make my nighttime lives. How do you know if a crystal's real or fake? This is a difficult one. When you collect crystals for a while, you can start to see if they're real or fake. I do think this is hard, and the crystal market has grown so much in the last 2 years. There's so many sellers that you wanna try to find someone that you trust that has real crystals, because maybe look at reviews if you buy them from Etsy, because a lot of people are selling fake crystals. I went to this store in New Jersey, and I've been there before and I loved their crystals. Anyway, I went again like last month, and I got this Amazonite, which I do believe is real, but there were some crystals in there that I was skeptical of. Like, sometimes when a crystal's overly heavy, it can be fake. Like too dense, not always, because like this Mookaite jasper is heavy, but sometimes some of them can be like overly heavy, or they look painted on. Like for example, this orca agate, you can tell is like natural, but sometimes like it looks like spray painted on. So you can kind of look that way. But I was surprised that the store that I had been to, I thought that they were real before, and I did question them. So I do think that maybe even there are wholesalers right now that are selling fake crystals. So, you know, you have to be careful with that. Crystals for feeling safe. I would interpret this depending on what it is. If it's a physical safeness, I would do something like an obsidian. If it's an emotional safeness that you don't feel emotionally safe, I would go towards a rose quartz, which you already said that broke, right? So you may want to move into a different heart crystal. Prehnite, Amazonite, green moonstone. So if it's an emotional safety, you want to focus on a heart crystal. If your rose quartz broke, maybe you want to try a different heart crystal. Reiki can be done virtually because Reiki is universal life force energy. So it can't really, it's such a big energy, it's not really restricted to just in person. But there are people who do prefer in-person sessions, which I understand. So I think some people are skeptical of virtual Reiki. I cleanse my crystals with selenite. Selenite's a self-cleansing crystal, so like I'll just go over them energetically and cleanse them. I also use rosemary, like a smudge bundle, and I, cleanse them with smoke. A lot of crystals can't be put in water, so you do want to be careful to not put your crystals in water unless you Google it and know that they can be wet. Bitchy hacker, thank you. Oh, you feel like you need to be cleansed. You know, it's interesting. Sometimes we take on energy of other people. You may want to start with a selenite cleanse. That's a good way to start. Make sure you ask where they come from. It's so true. Right now, I think in the past, we didn't see so many fake crystals, but over the pandemic, a lot of people started selling crystals. So the market's really saturated, and I think that that opened it up for a lot of fake crystals. Crystals for focus and ADHD. Let's see for focus here. I'm still gonna go with an amethyst. I'll give you my advice. When I feel like I can't focus at work, I go with more of a grounding crystal. So I go with a mooncake jasper or an aragonite. Sometimes when I'm at work and I can't concentrate, I will use a citrine because citrine can be grounding, and citrine also attracts money. So for me, if I want to be productive in a work setting, I would use citrine. Anxiety and overthinking, definitely amethyst for that. Okay, emotional safety, Ellie. If you can try a rose quartz again, but I know you said they broke. I personally, this is one of my newer crystals, Prehnite, Prehinite, I think, Prehnite. Broken wrist, I'm gonna go with selenite. Selenite can be good for the skeletal system, so it could be good for your wrist as well. Cleansing your crystals with selenite is a great way to cleanse crystals. Some people use music, like sound bowls. I don't, but that's another way. I don't sell crystals. I don't use Palo Santos. Interviews tomorrow, looking to let go of anxiety. Okay, let me in a minute, I'm gonna send a Reiki blast for everybody to send a little good luck. Can you explain feeling shaky after receiving light language on the heart? Okay, I don't do light language, but I'm gonna assume energetically it's similar to Reiki. So this is my advice for light language as well as Reiki, because they're really both energetic. If you're watching anybody's videos and you feel uncomfortable, I would scroll past them. That includes me. If you see my videos and it makes you feel uncomfortable, scroll past it. There's many reasons for that. You may not resonate with the energy of the healer. You also there may be some trauma there that you don't want to deal with just watching a video right now, right? So, for example, if you are feeling shaky in your heart after light language or Reiki, it could be that there's some emotional stuff here that you're dealing with, and you may not be in the place to handle that at the moment, which is totally fine. So I would say if you're feeling a little shaky around certain things when it comes to energetic healing, I would probably avoid that video or that live. The reason I say this is when it comes to Reiki and light language, they're great for healing, but I'll give you an example. There was a time in my past that I didn't feel that I could handle meditation or handle energy because I was so dysregulated. And in those cases, I had to work with a therapist, right? So just know there may be points in your journey that an energy perspective may not be the perspective for you at this time. So that would be my opinion, is when you're watching light language videos or Reiki videos, generally those things should be calming. Now, there may be a split second that you feel a little bit of overwhelm, and that's totally normal. But if you continue to feel shaky after an energetic video, it's probably best to avoid those. You're welcome. Okay, aragonite is one of my favorite crystals. Some people don't like this crystal. This can be a little bit of a chaotic energy. I don't feel that. Aragonite is so grounding for me. It's so calming. It's one of my favorite crystals. So I'm happy you like it, because I don't see a lot of people talk about aragonite, and I really do love this crystal. You can go to Etsy to buy crystals. I buy my crystals from Amityville Apothecary. Hi, Cancer Moons. Yeah, I'm gonna sign off in another minute. Thank you, Ellie. I'm glad you feel safe. Thank you, Red Rose. Yeah, it's important to be careful about any creator that you watch their videos energetically. Like I said, that goes for me too. If a video I make makes you feel uncomfortable, scroll past it. And that's no hate to any creator on the app. You know, it's not saying that one creator is better than the other. It's just saying if that energy doesn't resonate with you, just scroll past it. Okay, everyone. So I think I'm gonna be back tomorrow night. I'll put on my profile, I'll put the next live. Thank you, Yara Fett. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. So thank you everyone for joining.